Hi everybody, it's Miss Young, and today I'm going to be doing a video to show you how to make a fun sculpture out of aluminum foil. Now, aluminum foil is something that you probably already have in your kitchen. A lot of people use it when they're storing food. So if you don't have it, you can go to the dollar store and you can get a box for $1. And it looks like this. It's aluminum foil. I'm sure if you ask your parents, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And you're gonna probably need, I don't think we're gonna need a whole roll. I think we're just gonna need a couple of sheets, but you can use as much as you want to. But I bought a brand new roll from the dollar store. Just cost me $1. Or you might already have some in your kitchen. And again, I don't think we're gonna use the whole roll. I think you're only gonna need a little bit of it, but it's up to you, so you get to decide. So I have my aluminum foil, and then I'm gonna start by drawing some shapes on a piece of paper. So you can get a notebook. I'm gonna draw mine in a blank notebook, or just a blank piece of paper, and you can use a pencil or a Sharpie. It's totally up to you. But I just kind of want to draw my design on my paper first, so that I kind of know what I'm gonna start doing, so that I can kind of have an idea. So just a blank piece of paper, marker, pencil, whatever you want. And I'm gonna start by just drawing some lines. Now, my kindergartners, first graders, second graders, we studied lines a lot this year. So we know all of our lines. A line can be anything. It can be a straight line. It can be a wiggly line, right? It could be a zigzag. Okay. It could be a dotted line, like that. Okay, line with spaces. It could be a line like a curly Q, a line that crosses over itself, like that. Okay, there are lots of different lines. Lines can be made into shapes, like a circle, triangle, and square. Now, you don't have to do any of these just yet. I'm just giving you examples. So a line can be turned into almost anything. We know that. All right, next page. Now I'm going to start drawing some of the lines that I think I'm going to use in my sculpture. Now, here's where it gets kind of fun. You can make your sculpture into anything you want. Now, we know that a sculpture is a statue. It is something that stands on its own or lays down on the ground on its own. It is not flat. It is not a painting where you use acrylic paints or watercolors or oil paints. It's not something you put on a wall. I mean, you can hang it on a wall, but it's not something that you paint onto the wall or you draw onto the wall. It's 3D. It's something that sticks out. So when we make our aluminum foil, when we use it, it's not going to be flat, right? It's not going to be like this. We're going to twist it and bend it and make it into shapes to make it whatever we want. So this is where the fun part comes in. You get to decide what you want to make. If you want it to be something that stands by itself, maybe you want to make a person, that's totally fine. Maybe you want to make like a really cool hat, which is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make a cool aluminum tinfoil sculpture hat. Or maybe you want to make like a bracelet or a really cool design that goes up your arm and it fits. Like, that would be super cool if you had it started down here and then you had all these cool shapes and stuff. If you want to make like a fancy belt or maybe a bracelet to go around your ankle, totally up to you. You could make a collar for a pet, although they might eat it. So, you know, maybe just put it on them for a picture and then take it right off. But you can make whatever you want. So it's totally up to you, but I'm going to show you how to start. And you can follow along with me and make one just like what I'm making, or as you're listening, you can make it your own. So it's totally up to you. Okay, so I'm gonna make a hat. And so what I'm gonna need to do is I'm gonna need to start by making a shape that goes around my head. Now, my head is not a perfect circle. Most heads are not a perfect circle. If you have a perfect circle head, that's awesome, but mine's not perfect. But I know it's gonna be a circle shape. It's gonna be close to a circle. So I'm gonna start down at the bottom of my paper here, actually, because I think I want my design to go upwards instead of down. So I'm gonna start with look at that, my marker's running out. Uh-oh, that's okay. Oh, there we go, I fixed it. I don't know what happened. So I'm gonna start with a circle shape down here. Now, I think I want mine to be like really wacky and crazy and stick up everywhere and then have all the pieces like holding on to each other to make it stand up really tall. So I'm gonna start with maybe a zigzag line that comes out this way, like that. And then I'm gonna have, on the back, I'm gonna have a swirly shape that connects like that. And then right here, I think I'm gonna make maybe a diamond shape, like that. And then maybe a big curvy S line, like that. So, this is just an example. I do not have to make it look just like this when I put it on my head. This is just to help me get started. So I have the circle that's gonna go around my head. I have a zigzag that comes up to here. I have my curly Q. I have a diamond, or maybe like a kind of twisted square shape. And then I've got my S shape. This is, again, just an example, just to help me get started. But as I'm working, if I want to, I can change it up. It's totally up to you. Okay, aluminum foil. Again, this is probably already in your kitchen somewhere, but if you don't have any or you don't have enough, you can always go to the dollar store or to any grocery store, and you can have your parents help you find a box. Okay, so for my circle, for the bottom of my head, I'm gonna start there. I'm gonna pull a long piece, maybe about this long to start, maybe a little longer. Right about there, right? I mean, I want it to wrap around my head. Watch, this is gonna be funny. I want it to wrap, yep. I think that's long enough. Okay, oop. Our phone's ringing, hang on. Okay, that's okay, somebody picked up. Okie dokie, so I have my aluminum foil. And I'm going to roll it like this, roll, 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 into a shape like this. And then I want mine to be really wrinkly because I think it's kind of a cool texture. So I'm gonna kind of roll it just like this. So I got a really long piece, and then I'm gonna wrap it around my head, and oop, it's not long enough. But you know what? That's okay, because the really cool thing about aluminum foil is that I can get another piece and I can add it to this, and then it will be as long as I need it to be, which is awesome. So I'm gonna roll it on the edge of this, right? So here, let me show you just in case you missed it. So right here, I'm gonna add it to this, and I'm gonna roll it. And look, it just made it longer. Easy peasy, right? So there we go. And then I'm gonna crinkle it just like how I want. And now look, now here's where it was connected before. And no matter if I pull it or not, because it's all rolled together, now I just have a piece that's even longer. Easy peasy. Okay, look, now watch. And it fits, awesome. Okay, so now that I have the spot where it fits, I measured around my head, get it in a comfy spot. Then I can twist, these two pieces together right here. So I'm going to kind of tuck it underneath, and then this part I'm gonna kind of fold, and you can kind of just squish them together, and then they attach to each other. Make sure that it's on there, pull it off, kind of tug on it just a teeny bit. I mean, if you pull really hard, it's gonna rip anyways, but just kind of check, make sure, and we're good. Now, if you really want to be sure, you could always take a little extra piece of aluminum foil. Oopsie, it rips really easy. But I can take that little extra piece, and just to make it extra secure, I'll wrap it around like that. And then pinch it just a little bit so it's on there really good. And there we go. I have the start of my fancy hat. Okay, I'm gonna leave that on there for just a second, and I'm gonna pull out another piece. All right, this one is gonna be my zigzag line. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to roll it. Okay, now I'm gonna take my hat off because I need it. I gotta attach it. Now, on the bottom, I didn't really crinkle it just yet, so let me crinkle it up just a little bit. Not too tight. If you crinkle it super tight and squish really hard, it's gonna be hard to bend. So don't crinkle it too much, just a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna take the end and I'm gonna pick a spot. I think on my drawing, and again, doesn't have to be exactly right. I have it kind of on the side. So if this is the front right here, then I'm gonna kind of put it right over here. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna bend it, watch. I'm gonna bend it around like that. And then, see, so it kind of loops around it, just like that. And now it is attached to my hat, okay? And you know what, let me mess with it a little bit because I really wanna make sure it's on there. And you might have to make a couple of adjustments, kind of move it around a little and test it out. Okay, there we go. Now it is attached to my hat. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna bend it in. But you know what, actually, I'm gonna bend it out so it doesn't whack me in the head first. So I'm gonna come out like this, and then I'm gonna come up a little and bend like that. And then I'm gonna bend it back. See, I've got my zigzag line going on. So it bends out, back in, out, and then one more time, the very end, I'm gonna bend like that. Awesome, okay. So that's where we're at next. We're gonna get another piece. There we go. And this one is gonna be my curlicue. This one's gonna be a little bit tougher. We'll see how this goes, I don't know. But I'm gonna start by rolling it. I got an extra long piece. Roll it up. Roll, roll, roll. All right. Pinch it together, crinkle it just a little bit, not too much. And then I'm gonna do my curlicue. Now this will be interesting. I think I'm gonna do 2 fingers and I'm gonna wrap it around my 2 fingers like that. So it makes a big curlicue. Okay, like that. Then I'm gonna come down here and keep rolling it. 2 fingers around like that. All right, there we go, pretty cool. Now, it's not really long enough. I think I'd like it to be a little bit longer so that I can connect it over here. See, it doesn't quite reach. So, just like we did when the head part was too small, we're gonna get another piece. This. Roll it. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. Unroll it. We gotta add the loop-de-loop first. Silly Miss Young. Okay, unroll it. Silly, silly me. Okay, don't forget, you gotta add this piece. So right here, I'm gonna fold it over, and then I can roll. Oh my goodness. Around. I want to squish that if I can help it. Ooh, okay, much better. And then crinkle it just a little bit. Now it's wrapped around here. Now it's extra long. So I can keep going with my curlicue. 2 fingers. Around. Just like that. Now I've got a 3rd one. And then I think maybe one more. One more would be good. 2 fingers wrapped around. Now remember, I gotta have enough space to connect it down here. So I'm gonna have right here, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna curl it around so that it attaches, and pinch it in there really good so that it stays tight. And then my curlicues can be attached to my zigzag right up here. Let's see, how am I going to attach those? I think I might need an extra little piece. Just a little piece. Right here, I'm going to lay this in, and this. And then I can roll it around. Now it'll look like they're connected, and they will be connected so that it stands nice and tall. Okay, we are making our way. It looks pretty cool so far. I'm excited. This is really neat. Okay. Oh, this one's kind of starting to come off a little bit, so I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna make sure it's on there nice and tight. Don't want anything to come off, which you'll have to mess with it a little bit because mine's starting to come off, so you know, you have to work with it. Okay, next. Then I have my shape. I think the shape is gonna be a little bit tough, so maybe I'll change it to some long pieces that kind of stick up off the back. It'll be fun. So I'm gonna roll my piece. See, and again, like I said, you can change it anytime you want. Wrap it around this. And then this piece is gonna stick up off the back just for fun. And then, you know what I'm noticing? I'm noticing it's kind of falling over, so maybe I'll take a straight piece and I'll like attach it from somewhere so that it holds it up. Because I don't want it to fall over on my head. I want it to stick up. So let's take this. Roll it, crinkle it just a little bit. And then from the front, I'm gonna wrap this around. And then I'm gonna attach it, so it's on the front, and I'm gonna attach it right here so that this part sticks up because I don't want it to fall over. That would be so sad. Pinch it together, just like that. And you know what? Brilliant idea. I'm gonna attach this part right here so that that doesn't fall over either. Wow. It's really starting to come out. It looks super cool. Look at that. Neat. Okay, so I have a lot going on over here, right? But then over here, there's nothing. So I think I'm gonna add one more piece, maybe like a really, really big one that comes like way out and back. So that means I'm gonna need an extra long piece. Okay. Get this out of the way so I have lots of room. All right, here we go. Roll it. Almost. Ooh, this is a long one. Okay, look at that. Wow, this one's super long. Okay, I'm gonna attach it. Remember, this side was really busy, and then there's this big opening right here. So I'm gonna make this one. It's gonna attach to the top, wrap it around, just like that. And then it's gonna come way out. Big, big bend, big half circle. And then it's gonna attach right here. Wrap it around the bottom. Woo! I like it. Very cool. Look at that. Okay, I wanna add one more cool thing. I'm gonna give it some fun little spikes. So I'm gonna take a little piece and I'm gonna rip it down the middle. So I have a pretty small square. Then I'm gonna roll it. Roll, 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 roll. Lots of rolling in this. So I have a little one, and then I'm gonna attach it right here. Wrap around. So I got a little spike that sticks up, and I can kind of point it into a little sharp point if I want to, so it looks kind of like a little spike on a dinosaur or a dragon. Another one, roll, roll, roll. And then attach right here. Wrap around. And there we go. That is cool. All right, and I could keep going. I could make them go all the way down, but I think for now, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna put it on so I can see how it turned out. Woo, look at that. And I can even bend this in if I want to. I can make it kind of a cool shape. The cool thing about aluminum foil is that you can bend it around a bunch and it doesn't break unless you like really pull on it or you bend it really hard. So as long as you're careful, you can play with it and you can make it whatever you want. Super cool, right? Oh man. Okay, so my challenge for you is to make your own super cool hat, or to make maybe a sculpture. It could be a person, or it can be just a crazy sculpture that stands up on its own, or maybe you make a fun hat for your dog or your cat, although they might not want to put it on. Or you could make a fun, silly hat for one of your family members, and then you can both wear one and be matching. So if you make one, I would love to see it. Post it on our Facebook page underneath this video so that I can see all of your amazing creations. Again, it doesn't have to look just like your paper that you made, your example you drew. It doesn't have to look like that. It's totally up to you. Make it as fun and unique and creative as you want. And I could even turn it this way or this way. It's entirely up to you. All right. I miss you all so, so, so much. And I can't wait to see all of your fun, amazing, cool creations. Oh, I think I like it like that. This is good. I'm gonna wear it all day. I miss you all so much. I hope you are staying safe and staying healthy, and I can't wait to see what you make. Bye, everyone.